Welcome back to this lesson, question number 2. If you have not been able to see question number 1, remember to go to our YouTube channel and then you see question number 1 right there. And so don't forget to like, share, and then hit the subscription button so to become a member and a family of our Daniel Math Academy. So let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 says 16 raised to the power x minus 5. Remember, this is multiplication, all right? So I'm just going to put it in bracket, all right? So don't forget this typographical error. So I'm just going to put this, going to become a bracket 4 raised to the power x, and then we'll have plus 4 is equal to 0. Well, this is from the concept of indices, right? But it is now initial equation. So once you see equations like this, what you need to do is to transform this. You will always be given a loop or a signal, and which is usually here, all right? Now remember that for a quadratic equation must be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. All right, so now this is what we're looking at. Yes, we have to write this equation in this form. How do we do this? We're going to say let 4 raised to the power x equals to, let's say 4 raised to the power x equals to p. All right, now, so how do we do? We need to transform this in this form. By doing that, this is now going to become, so this is going to give us, remember from indices at 4, we can reduce 16 to 4 raised to the power 2. All right, so 16 is 4 raised to the power of 2, and then all of this, they will have x out. So this and this is the same, because 4 raised to the power 2 is 16, so this is something as 16x. So all right, now we're looking at this, but also in the same concept, in indices we can exchange, all right, powers. So I'm going to take these two out, then this will give me 4 to the power x. I'm going to bring the 2 out. So what I did, I exchanged them, brought this in, and brought this out, took this in. So the same thing, there's no difference. We'll multiply this with this, I'm going to get 4 to the power 2x. So this is this. Now, so we've written this in this form. So writing this equation back, this is now going to become 4x or raised to the power 2 minus 5 into 4 raised to the power x plus 4, and this is equal to 0. So we've written this back in this form. This looks something close to a standard quadratic equation. And remember, we said let p equals to 4 to the power x. Wherever I see 4 to the power x, I'm going to put p. So if I expand this, this is going to become p squared minus 5p plus 4, and this is equal to 0. Now we've gotten our standard quadratic equation. So you need to use factorization method or any method that you're familiar with. Because this is JAMB, I'm going to show you quick method, right? So quickly, you're going to look at two numbers, two factors, right? That's going to give you AC. So this is A, this is C. So if it's JAMB, because of JAMB, I'm just going to look at this is 1. So 1 times 4 is 4. So what are the factors of 4? Remember, factors of 4, that factors of 4 are 2 and 2, 1 and 4. But if which of these is that when I add, it's going to give me the middle number, which is minus 5. 2 plus 2 is 4, so this cannot give me, right? So the only option I have here is this. But remember that my middle term here has minus 5, right? So if I put a plus, 1 plus 4 is going to give me 5, but what I have here is minus. So the easiest way is to put minus here and minus here. So minus 1 minus 4 is going to give me minus 5. Once I have this as the roots of the equation, there's no need of wasting time to solve this. I'm just going to say from here that my values of p, my final answer is going to be that p is going to give me the reverse of this, which is p is going to be 1 and p is going to be 4. So this is just quick method because of for JAMB purpose. You don't have all of the time to do all of that. So once you get to this point, let's say for instance you had let's say you had something like the answers were minus 1 and 4. So you reverse this, that means p is going to become, the opposite of minus 1 is 1 and the opposite of 4 is going to be minus 4. Always use this as your root or to get in your answers, your final answer in a quadratic equation wherever you are. It works, trust me guys, this is the short method. Now we've gotten this, but remember from the equation, p is not, we're looking for x, not p. So we're going to go back and say, remember, recall we're going to say recall that p is equals to 4 raised to the power x. So now what's our first value of p? First value of p, so now say when p is equals to 1, so this is going to become 1 is equals to 4 raised to the power x. Now what do we do to make this? Remember, based on law of indices, anything raised to the power 0 is equals to 1. So this is going to be 4 raised to the power 0, and it's going to be 4 raised to the power x. So at this point, the base will cancel out, 4 will cancel out, therefore x is equals to 0. My fixed x is equals to 0. And once we're done with that, now we'll go over to the next one. The next value of p is 4. So you say so second one, when p is equals to 4, we have that 4 is equals to, so we equate this back here, 4 is equals to 4 to the power x. Now so we have to make sure that the base are equal. So and then we have to put an index. There's no index here, but remember there's an invisible index because 4 is same thing as 4 to the power 1, and that is equals to 4 to the power x. So the base cancels out. We see that our x is equals to 1. All right, so therefore it means that our final answer is that x is equals to 0 and also x is equal to 1. Okay, so these are the answers to the question. So now let's come here and see the options. So you can see here that option C is the correct answer to this question, 0 and 1. All right, remember to pause the question, go over it again, and then you grab you virtually get the answers. Don't forget to like the page, subscribe to our channel, and hit the subscription button. Share this with friends who are also writing JAMB, and if you have any questions, don't forget to pin it down in the comment section. Put your questions in the comment section, and trust me, we're together on this journey. All right, so while we move on quickly, I'm going to give you one to try. So this is going to be all right, so this is going to be a classwork, an assignment for you. Take this down, and then once you're done with this, we'll move on to the next lesson. All right, don't forget that we're going to pin the solution to this question down, all right, in the comment section. So let's go to the next question. Question number 4. All right, now in question number 4, what we need to do here is quickly to solve this as a simultaneous equation. Don't forget that this is a double simultaneous equation. We're given here that don't forget, sorry about that. Okay, now let me use a different color of pen. We're given here that 2x minus 3y plus 10 is equal to 10x minus 6y, and this is also equal to 5. So what this means, whenever you say this quickly, is very simple. It means that you need to equate. So we have equation 1, we have equation 2. So here we have equation 1. This is the first part of the equation A. This is the second part of the equation B, and this is the third part of the equation. So what you need to do is to take equate equation A to B, form equation 1, and then you're going to equate equation B and C and form equation 2. All right, so that is how you're going to use in solving this equation. A to C and equate equation B to C. So doing that, A to C, don't forget. So now say equating. So let's see this. Okay, let's use this. So you can say, would use this to say equate equation A and C. So this will give us, if you do this, this is going to give us 2x minus 3y plus 10 is equal to 5. So let's solve this properly. So this is going to become, if we simplify, this is going to move over down here. So this is going to give us 2x minus 3y is equals to, so here it's going to be 10 minus 5. So this is going to be 5, and then this come over becomes minus 10. So at the end of the day, we're going to get that this is going to give us minus 5. So what is going to be here now is just going to be minus 5. And this is our equation 1. Remember what I did? I took this one over here. It now becomes 5 minus 10, which is minus 5. So this is equation 1. So next step, we're going to equate equation 2, A2. So the next step, we're going to equate equation B and C, right? B and C. And we'll do that. That is going to give us that 10x minus 6y is equal to 5. this is equation 2, so we're going to combine. So since we both have this equation 1 and equation 2, so what you observe that we need to make equation 2 to look and the same way with equation 1. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to multiply 2 to so equation we're going to eliminate y. So equation 2, 1 is having 3y, this is having 6y, so we're going to multiply 2 throughout here. So 2 all here is going to give us 2x minus 3y is equals to minus 5. So what we're doing is we're multiplying through by 2. So 2 times 2x is going to give us 4x. 2 times minus 6, so 3y is going to give us minus 6y. And 2 times minus 5 is going to give us minus 10. So this is our new equation 1. All right, so we're going to combine these two equations now. So equation 1 is 4x minus 6y is equals to minus 10. We call this equation 1. And then equation 2 is 10x minus 6y is equals to 5. So we're going to solve using the elimination method here. So we need to eliminate now. So from this point, we need to eliminate the value of y easily. All right, so going ahead straight to eliminate value of y. So let's look at what sign are we going to introduce to make y 0. That sign is negative sign. So if we put negative sign there, we're going to get minus 6y minus minus, which is going to give us minus 6y plus 6y is going to give us 0. So here we'll go ahead to solve this. 4x minus 10x is going to give us minus 6x, and this is going to be equal. So on this constant now, minus 10 minus 5 is going to give us minus 15. Okay, so minus 10 minus 5 is going to give us minus 15. X is now going to become minus 15 divided by minus 6. Minus cancels minus, sign that's off. So 3 here will give us 2. 3 into this will give us 5. So S is equals to 5 over 2, or we can write that here as which is equals to 2 whole number 1 over 2. So this is our first value of X. Now we're going to use this value of X as 5 over 2 to substitute into equation 2 in order to find y. Remember, equation 2 is 10x minus 6y is equals to 5. So if we put that, 10, our x is 5 over 2. Remember, then minus 6y is equals to 5. So this 2 here, 1, 2 divide 10 will give us 5. 5 times 5 is 25, minus 6y is equals to 5. So what do we do? We take this over here, it becomes 25. Then bring this over here, minus 5 is equals to 6y. Any method you want to use to take your like time, that works very fine. 25 minus 5 is going to give us 20, and then it's going to give us on the right hand side, this is going to give us 6y. So we're going to divide both sides by 6 to make y substitute the formula. So this cancels this. Y is equals to 20 divided by 6. So 2 here will give us 3. 2 into this will give us 10. All right, so you can see this is 10 over 3. 10 over 3 is something as 3 whole number 1 over 3. All right, so y is equals to, so finally our answer for this question is that y, so let's write out our answer, that x is equals to 2 whole number 1 over 2, and y is equals to 3 whole number 1 over 3. So this is the answer to this question, and the correct option here is option A to this question. All right, so this is question number 2. Remember to pause the video and go over it again and again. All right, so that is what we advise that you do, and once you're done with that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel, Daniel Maths Academy. Also like and share this with other students or people that this video so this video can really reach out a lot of people. Thank you so much. See you in the next lesson.